I'm in a natural diamond mine right now. This is the most appalling and disgusting thing I've ever experienced.
The audacity of this man to have on a Martin Luther t-shirt. Like, is this not some kind of like virtual signaling here? No, you can't be for the people and care about the things that Martin Luther care about and being in a mind like that we saw him in. Maybe he wants us to believe that is a coincidence. Yeah. You just coincidentally wore a Martin Luther King shirt the same day you want to make this video.
Evidence that I'm going to be presenting as I clear my name of this disgusting person and his accusations.
He eventually came up with an evidence. I'm talking about tracks, because when people were asking, show us evidence, show us proof that you invited, show us, all of that.
Remember this famous rant?
There's no stopping. There's no ignoring. There's no bullshit. I don't have anything to hide. You dumb bastards. I worked hard like a man, not like a roach. I don't need a PR team or to hide about anything. I've got God, sucker. What the do you have? You begging nothing. You'll know your place when I'm done with you. You rat.
A few moments later.
Yes, screaming wasn't the right decision. This is the real me. A calm, collected person, right? Without any social media gimmicks or anything like that.
12 seconds later.
Chris, get lost, bro. Go put on a little outfit and prance around somewhere, bro. Don't come on my page telling me some we hate tracks button. Hate me for what? You're this, you're that. Get the out of here, man. Get lost, bro. Sitting there prancing around, bro.
He just said he's a calm person, but this is him 2 seconds later.
My good friend Trax is under fire by this guy trying to drag his name through the mud. Trax is the most honest guy you'll ever meet in your life. And the reason he's screaming at the guy is because that's his personality.
Yes, screaming wasn't the right decision. This is the real me. A calm, collected person.
And the reason he's screaming at the guy is because that's his personality.
His good friend came out and said his true personality is loud. I believe the friend. I'm just saying. I believe the friend.
I was there on a trade mission. I was invited to go there. I'm in the talks with the Botswana government to go over there to help them. You understand that?
Hi, it's Siwabum again. In case you did not see the video I made, I'm making this one now so you'll see it, hopefully. We need the dates that you were in Botswana. That's all we want. Because I have people in my DM from Botswana who are willing to verify your information. We're going to reach out to customs in Botswana. We're going to find out the gold and the diamonds that you declared, because you're going to have to declare those when coming into the country to give them as a gift. We're going to have to look at that. We'll find the receipts for that. We'll find the paperwork for that. We'll find out that when you give us the dates you were there, we will find out the don't forget, we won't even care about hotel. We want to find out the name of the government official. I have someone from Botswana, like I said, who will go find this information. He will find out who invited you, the official letter inviting you. There will be official government photos with you and government officials in Botswana. There's a bunch of stuff. When a government invites you when a government entity invites you, you don't pay out of your dime. They will find everything. So right now, we've gone through your page. We can't find anything with Botswana. We need that information.
He eventually came up with an evidence. I'm talking about tracks, because when people were asking, show us evidence, show us proof that you invited, show us, all of that.
Take a country like Botswana and you look what diamonds have done for the country. I am a product of diamonds. I'm sitting here.
So this is what he shared. Remember, the Botswana people, Isa, Africans in general, African diaspora, everybody was asking this guy of the proof he has that he was invited by the Botswana government to come to Botswana, or rather to go to Botswana. And this was what he submitted. Not an official letter. On the video, he wrote up there like a caption saying, "This is me with the Minister of Mines of the Botswana government."
Whether we're talking education or talking health, the impact on the Botswana environment, the impact on Botswana society, I think the consumer needs to appreciate the impact of that decision to buy, etc.
Excellent. Tell me something, in the real world out there,
Right.
the Gen Z know what Botswana
They don't
is?
know about Botswana, and they should, because you're the only person who gave me this very important fact.
I think that guy in the middle is
80%
Rappaport.
of the capital coming into Botswana is from diamonds, and it's supporting one of the strongest economies in Africa. The public doesn't know that at all. I didn't know that. I've been in the diamond business for 20 years. So that's a big piece of information that should be marketed properly, because right now the consumer thinks that diamonds are bad for Africa.
Yeah, that was Rappaport. This entire video, whatever, was done by Rappaport, I'm guessing, allegedly. I think, I'm speculating here, maybe the Rappaport company and whatnot, because there's no way, if this entire meeting again, right? He said he was invited by the Botswana government. If there is going to be anybody spearheading, I would think the recording and documentation of this meeting, as we've seen by this video, if this truly was set up by the Botswana government, I would think it's the Botswana government that's, like, you know, going to be in charge of, like, the videoing and whatnot, and maybe it's their name that's going to be showing at the end here. But what we're seeing is Rappaport. But this man, for sure, the African man that was in this video, the one we saw at the beginning, this one is not the Minister of Mines. And we had Botswana people in the comments saying, no, that is not the Minister of Mines. And then this, of course, did not help the tracks guy and his case.
My dude, why do you lie so much? You actually posted that video and said that's the Minister of Mines in Botswana? This man, Metla Masire, who's a managing director of a mine, Metla Masire, who used to work for De Beers, who right now has nothing to do with the government, who is a private individual, who is the manager, who basically is the CEO of a mining company, is who you tagged as the Minister of Mines in Botswana. By the way, people, this is the real Minister of Mines in Botswana, Lefoko Maxwell Moagi. So that guy that he just posted, that's like me posting the CEO of Chase and saying this is the Treasury Secretary. This is me taking the CEO of Chase Bank or Bank of America to a foreign nation and assuming everybody there is so stupid, and I say, oh, this is the Secretary of Treasury in America. That man is a private individual who is the CEO of a mining company who used to work for De Beers. This is the minister. Why are you lying to the public? You are on a panel with a private individual.
Lying on a public platform. Like, we don't have none of this information. It's not public. Like, how can you lie that someone is the minister of something in the country when that can easily be found out? Lina says they think we are easily fooled these days. Exactly. These people think we don't have sense. It's either he thinks we are dumb or maybe he's dumb. That's another way to look at this, you know. Maybe he's dumb enough to believe that he can make us believe that that's the guy. Maybe that's how not so smart the guy is.
Damn, dude.
That's still on his page, though. On the Tracks Guy's page. Like we did not already catch him in the lie. It's still there in his comments. Talking about some... And he continued to make more videos.
You ever want to see a rough diamond? They're right here. Very interesting rough coming straight from Botswana. Look at these big boys right there. 80% of foreign revenue.
Again, Rappaport. Martin Rappaport. That's the guy there in the suits with a bow tie and a red face cap. Like, how can you be on the hot seat right now with everything that's going on? And in your mind, you go, yeah, I think I should show more videos of myself with Rappaport. Now he's focusing heavily on Botswana. But the video that caused this controversy or situation for him was the video of him in Sierra Leone, in the mines in Sierra Leone. We saw him and Rappaport today. Rappaport, the constant K.
Okay, so for the American, the British, the Irish, the European people on this app, can you tell me of any African businessman who has come to Europe or your country where instead of being in school, the district, the teachers decide to take the children out of school to go stand in the bushes in the woods to go clap and cheer and welcome somebody? Tell me who does this if not a exploiter?
What you just watched was the warm and beautiful welcome myself and the rest of the delegation received when we got to the Koyodu village, a remote village in Sierra Leone, Africa.
The audacity of this man to have on a Martin Luther t-shirt. Like, is this not some kind of like virtual signaling here? Wanting to people? No, you can't be for the people and care about the things that Martin Luther care about and being in a mind like that we saw him in. But he has this t-shirt on, he wants to make us believe he's like this when he's obviously not. This is insane, having this t-shirt on with Martin Luther's face on it. Like Martin Luther would agree with anything he's doing right now.
We were there to tell these people's stories, to shine their stories and their lives as a light to the world, because there's extraordinary opportunity for them and they deserve it.
There's extraordinary opportunity for them. What are the opportunities? He went there to what? Tell these people's story. What about their story did we hear from him in that video? Or he went there to just go and get that claps and praise and walk in the middle there so that he can feel like he's something and have that crazy look on his face. Like, what stories did we hear from him? Did you guys hear him share any story from the people? No. All we saw was him walking there, really enjoying all of that praise. But here he's talking about like...
Fortunately, someone uses their image and my image for their own financial gain.
That's what he's doing though. Like, the hypocrisy, that's what you are doing, Trax. You are the one using their image for your financial gain. Because you posted it on TikTok, I'm sure that video is going to generate some revenue for him. He's the one using them in his games, saying, "Oh, see me, I was there. I was there with the people. Like, look at me, look at me." He's the one using the people, taking advantage of them. Not only are these people getting exploited in the mines, now they are getting exploited for their images, and he's using them to justify whatever. But no, it's Issa that is using their images for selfish reasons. Like, be so for real.
In crazy slanderous stories, right? This individual by the name of Issa, who has an article by the New York Post where he's stealing credit cards and he was finally convicted for that crime, is setting up GoFundMe pages, telling stories of using these people in some blood diamond conspiracy or resources or anything to stir up hate.
I've been hearing about this talk about Issa at some point in time in the past, doing some credit cards scam or something. Like, yes, he should pay for that, which I'm sure he has. I don't know how long ago it was, but that's a thing. And I just want to be clear on, where I stand on that situation. Yes, if Issa committed crimes, he should pay for his crimes. But the talk here is the crimes that you are committing. Are you paying for it though? Because if Issa committed credit card crime, I don't know how, if he did any of that, I'm sure he's paid for it, because there's no way he'll be roaming free if he hasn't. Or maybe he's still paying for it even. But what about your crimes that you are possibly, allegedly committing, that you are being accused of? When are you going to pay for those ones? And Issa, at some point in time in his life, committing a crime doesn't invalidate. Somehow you can't use that to invalidate like what you are being accused of, what is said that you are doing. So I don't know why that's being brought up personally. I see it as a deflection tactic.
And division, so he could set up a GoFundMe page and get some money. This is the most appalling and disgusting thing I've ever experienced. Those people are beautiful people. They have a bright future ahead of them. They need support of the world. They don't need slander. They don't need division and hate for GoFundMe pages.
And you know something else they don't need? People coming into their lands to take advantage of them. Like you, how you took advantage of them by making that recording and posting it to your TikTok. So you can have that white savior movement that you're having. They don't need that. They also don't need people coming into their lands to take their resources for cheaper than, you know, those resources are supposed to be what? Like, take the speck out of your eye before you talk about the speck in someone else's.
I encourage you to go and report this individual for what he's doing for harmful misinformation, targeting an individual. And I also encourage you to understand the true story of Sierra Leone and understand the true story of the Koyodu village and the people that live there.
So now he's sending his followers to go to Issa's page and mass report. You would think that at this point, if man is really not a blood diamond dealer like he's claiming to be, he would have sued by now. He's in the US, Issa is in the US, it's very easy. Just send a letter to him or however it is they do it over there. Like, very easy to sue. But he still hasn't sued. Instead, he's asking his followers to go and mass report his page. That's very telling to me. Yeah, him wearing that MLK shirt is an insult. That's exactly what he's doing. What MLK stands for, what is two different things. Now he's wearing a Martin Luther King shirt. Wickedness. Yeah. Maybe he wants us to believe that is a coincidence. Yeah. You just coincidentally wore a Martin Luther King shirt the same day you want to make this video talking about how you love and care about African people.
And to the people of the Koyodu village, I hope you're doing well, and I hope we get to see each other again someday under circumstances that are positive, and the world really gets to know your story, and you get the fair chance and an amazing life that you deserve.
He wants them to get the fair chance and the amazing life that they deserve. But this is the same person that has this to say in a comment section, right? So somebody asked him, if you are paying someone 36 cents a day to mine diamonds, then it's a blood diamond. You aren't, but every person you buy diamond from most likely does, unless they are lab-grown diamonds. And this is what he has to say in response to this person. This is his comment here, Tracks NYC. He says, people dig for their own stones and then sell them for whatever they can. Do they get ripped off? Sure, but they have to learn, then make money. So he knows people are getting ripped off. He's possibly, allegedly, part of the people who are ripping people off. But here he is. You can't make this issue up. Here he is. Let me play back his own words for you.
And to the people of the Koyodu village, I hope you're doing well, and I hope we get to see each other again someday under circumstances that are positive, and the world really gets to know your story, and you get the fair chance and an amazing life that you deserve.
He wants them to have, according to his words, he wants them to have a fair chance and an amazing life. How can you have a fair chance and an amazing life if you are getting ripped off? How does that work? How is it fair and amazing if they are getting ripped off? How can they have a fair chance when the people who are supposed to be humane, going there and getting their diamonds, giving them what they deserve, are deliberately refusing to give them what they deserve? Because they want to be able to make all of the money. If these people are not giving them what they are worth for their labor and resources, how is it fair?
In a natural diamond mine right now. Here in this remote part of Sierra Leone, these guys are searching for diamonds. The way they do it is during the dry season, when the water's not there, they pack away all of this mud, and during the wet season, they crush it down, and then one shovelful at a time, they throw it into something called a rocker, where they wash away the mud, and what's left is the gravel that's contain a diamond. Now, when people hear
These are the workers at the mine. These people don't even have the right equipment to mine. By the way, these mines are owned by them folks. These are not places that are random and anybody can just go there, because these mines are owned. They have owners. So everything in this place is very much controlled.
the finding of this natural diamond, the Peace Diamond, helped them build this school. Coincidentally, though, on the side of that classroom it says lab.
Ask me what this man is doing in this school, when, according to the video, he was not even the one who built the school. It was a priest.
What are you guys studying? Civics educations. What about civics are we learning today?
So you go to a school, then you just walk into the classrooms, disrupt their learning process. So what? And again, how does this prove that you are not what you are being accused of being? He has there on the video saying, I took one trip to learn about Sierra Leone. I have nothing to do with anything you claim. Stop being fooled by this demon, Issa. Issa is a demon now. He's a monster. Okay, Issa is a monster and a demon. Again, if this person cares so much about the life of the Sierra Leonean people, you would not be disrupting the education of the Sierra Leonean children. They are trying to get educated. They're in class. They came to school to learn. What are you doing there in front of the class? Taking time away from their lessons. They're supposed to be taking lessons right now. And this is supposed to prove... I don't really blame this man. It's not his fault.
What about civics are we learning today?
We are learning civics for them how to, because it teaches them how to learn the right and responsibility as citizens.
Right.
Yes, the right and responsibility as a citizen in the country.
Can I give them some advice?
Okay, no problem.
The number one advice
Yeah.
is to not be fooled.
The number one advice is to not be fooled. That's the advice he had for the kids. So he went there, disrupted their learning process, and then the advice he gave them is to not be fooled. What does that mean? That's a phrase. Do not be fooled by what? By whom?
Guys, I only took one trip to Sierra.
Yeah, do not be fooled by him. Now that I think about it, do not be fooled by people like me. That should be the complete sentence. I wish I was there now to, complete the sentence for him, for the kids. Do not be fooled by people like me who come to your continent talking about how we are here to help you, because in actuality, that's not what we're here for. We're here to fill our own buckets. That's the complete sentence. And I wish someone was there to complete that sentence for him. Yeah, Africans should not be fooled by colonizers, because they are never up to no good.
Leone to see their lives. I'm not a blood merchant. I don't have any blood diamonds.
You went to Sierra Leone to see their lives. Why? Okay, you saw their lives. Then what did you do? And it's not their fault. It is our people who entertain these devils. Yeah, we have some accountability that we need to take here for real. Because ask me why them adult men and women teachers, earlier were part of the people clapping. And I'm sure they were the ones who asked the kids to come out to come and clap for this man. Like, the leaders, they do their own. We serve everyday people, we do our own. Translating, the leaders are effing up. We too, we F up too. Let's talk about it. Accountability. It's 2024.
Diamonds or blood gold. I never hurt anybody. I visited a beautiful country. Everything this man says is a lie for him to make money.
Then sue him. Then sue him, please. If he's lying, if he's defaming you, Sue him. Why have I not heard anything about suing yet? The more you talk, the less we get. All you have are words, just going like that.
Okay, and I'm gonna prove it.
And videos, pointless videos. Oh, did he just say he's going to prove it? Let me take that back.
Is a lie for him to make money. Okay, and I'm gonna prove it day by day. Just be patient, okay?
He's going to prove that Issa is lying. Oh, here we are. It's been how many days now? Still no proof.
All right, bro. You got an option of two things. You got $50 cash, or you got gold. Pick one.
Pick one. You got gold, you got $50. So which one you want? Go.
Very smart choice. That's $1,000, bro. Okay? It's for you. All right.
This, like I said in the first live, really does shows to you exactly, all of us, exactly what's going on here. The fact that this man can come into Africa to give African people gold on the streets when we are the ones that have gold. It really shows you the power dynamic. He knows African people don't have access to gold. He has access to gold. So he can come and front in front of them with golds that were possibly gotten from the continent, because he knows we don't have access to gold. He does. He knows we don't have access to diamond. He does, or they do. To come to Africa with gold that possibly came from Africa to come gift back to African people is crazy. And that says a lot. That says a lot. And again, this image right here can only be gotten because of poverty. If people are not as impoverished as they are, do you think this particular setup would ever exist? Would he get this kind of arrangement if he were to do this in the US, for example, or in Europe? Yes, there are poor people in Europe, but this would not sell. The kind of image. I'm sure there are poor people in Europe and in the US and the West in general that'll be very appreciative if he gives them gold. But if he posts that kind of video on the internet, would that gain traction? Would anybody care? It will not paint the kind of picture he wants to be painted. So you would not see people like him doing this rubbish in Europe or in the Western world in general. But they can come to Africa to do it, and they do it over and over and over and over again. And another interesting thing, for you to be able to do something like this, you have to go to very specific areas in Africa to do it. Very specific areas. You can't do this everywhere, which again shows you the mentality. This is not about doing good. I will continue to say it. Anybody that does good in front of a camera is not really doing good. That's how I feel. People can feel differently, and we're all entitled to all our opinions. If you are doing good, in quotes, and you have a camera rolling, I can't take you seriously. To me, it's not genuine. I always give them people who do it, regardless whether you're white, black, I don't care. If you are doing good in front of a camera, you have a camera rolling to capture you in the moment. It's performative. That's how I see it. But that's just me.
You just saw a video of me giving away some gold in the streets of Sierra Leone.
You've been talking about Botswana. Maybe show us you giving gold in Botswana. You were invited there, but how come we've not seen any video of him in Botswana? Even though whenever we talk about Sierra Leone, he likes to talk about Botswana instead. We still haven't seen videos of him in Botswana.
That individual made the right choice. He chose gold over cash, which is something I educate people on. And it's something I do everywhere I go, whether I'm in New York or around the world. And I had this one trip to Sierra Leone where I wanted to show love to those people. And that video or videos of that have been used to link me to some gold in the Congo or something like that. I've never been to the Congo.
I want to show you people a video of him showing love to the people of Sierra Leone. This is how he shows love.
Let's talk about Africa, particularly Sierra Leone, where I got a chance to visit and bless people. And I was cursed for it, but...
This is how he's showing love and blessing the Africans. like again on camera. But he thought this was a good idea to throw money down to people like this, when you can actually go down to the people and like give them in person. Of course, like he did with the gold he did earlier. But he threw it down to capture this moment like this so he can post on his TikTok. This is crazy. This is insane.
And that video or videos of that have been used to link me to some gold in the Congo or something like that. I've never been to the Congo. I have nothing to do with the Congo. I have a fantastic business. I don't need to steal or scheme for anything. And it breaks my heart that so many people would accuse me of something like that because of a scammer, a credit card scammer that did 18 months for using someone else's credit cards to stay in hotels and something along those lines.
I want to be clear. This is not me saying Issa is like the dopest human being, a saint or something. You committing a crime at some point in your life doesn't mean you cannot come out and say no, point out evil. That's not how it works. Why is he making it about Issa? Because he's deflecting. He doesn't want the attention to be on him. He's saying, guys, focus on, this crime he committed in the past. Focus on this. Don't focus on what I'm probably doing. I don't want attention on this. He's deflecting. Issa could have been committed a crime in the past and still call out your alleged crime that you are being accused of by people on the internet. Two things can be right at the same time. So you can't make us focus on one and leave the other. Issa's own is past. We're talking about the present. Issa's is past. We're talking about the present. Can we focus on the present, please?
Evidence that I'm going to be presenting as I clear my name of this disgusting person and his accusations. I want you guys to know that, yes, screaming wasn't the right decision. This is the real me. A calm, collected person, right? Without any social media gimmicks or anything like that. And I also want you to know that I do love you and I appreciate you, even the ones that accuse me. I'm going to teach you everything I can about the truth, about gold, about business, as I clear my name from this disgusting criminal that's made these disgusting allegations. All right? Much love to the people of Sierra Leone. If you're listening, I hope you remember me, and I hope to see you soon again.
See him talking like this can almost make you forget that he was at some point in time screaming on camera.
Remember this famous rant?
There's no stopping. There's no ignoring. There's no bullshit. I don't have anything to hide. You dumb bastards. I worked hard like a man, not like a roach. I don't need a PR team or to hide about anything. I've got God, sucker. What the do you have? You begging nothing. You'll know your place when I'm done with you. You rat.
And now he wants us to believe that this is his personality. He's sounding cool. This is the real him. That person that was shouting that time, that wasn't him. That was maybe one of his alter egos for TikTok. All of these videos he has been posting, of course, his comments are still filled with Africans there saying, oh, I don't like you. And this was his response to one of such comments.
Yo, Chris, get lost, bro. Go put on a little outfit and prance around somewhere, bro. Don't come on my page telling me some we hate tracks button. Hate me for what? You're this, you're that. Get the out of here, man. Get lost, bro. Sitting there prancing around, bro.
He just said he's a calm person, but this is him 2 seconds later. Maybe the word calm has been redefined in the dictionary. Jay, you and I are just not updated on the new definition. And then his friend came into the picture trying to defend him. Don't know the name of this guy, but I saw him on Issa's page. And now he's involved.
My good friend Trax is under fire by this guy trying to drag his name through the mud, saying he's getting his diamonds from kids in Africa and all that. And I would just like to say, man, Trax is the most honest guy you'll ever meet in your life. And the reason he's screaming at the guy is because that's his personality.
The confusion, the contradiction. Trax earlier said he's calm. That's, he's a calm person. That's his true nature. Well, now we have his good friend talking about, oh, you know, he was shouting because that's his personality. So which one is it? Is Trax calm or does he shout? Jay said, wow. Oh my goodness. So it's either Trax doesn't know what his true personality is, if he's a calm guy or a loud guy, or maybe he's his friend that doesn't know which is truly his true personality. You know who I believe? I believe his, you know, friend, his good friend. Yeah. His good friend came out and said his true personality is loud. I believe the friend. I'm just saying. I believe the friend. Well, you guys let me know who you believe.
Trax teaches me everything about jewelry. He's the only jeweler you can actually trust out of all the rats in New York. Whatever's...
What is this thing about him and his friends calling people rats? For those who caught part 1, Trax called Issa rats, bomb, cockroach that came out of a sewer, or rats that came out of a sewer. Yeah. Now we have his good friend calling people rats as well. So I'm guessing this is a thing. This is how they refer to people they don't like. They call them rats.
Whatever's going on in Africa, that's been going on way before Trax was even born.
So because it has been going on, okay, yeah, that's it. Like, let's join them. It has been going on. Who cares? Like, why is this saying? What does this add to the conversation? Man just came on camera saying, "Trust me, bro. Trax is a good guy," and we're supposed to just believe him and run with everything he's saying. Okay.
Built his business from the ground up.
Okay, y'all, with this whole Trax situation regarding the blood diamonds and the diamond mines, the diamond district, you know, while he's picking up black men this way, that way, some of them cooling for chump change, you know, while he's picking up managers of diamond mines, perpetrating them like they menaces and they ain't, while he's throwing up African presidents that's going to diamond mine conferences. With all these all this men's business, I want to give you guys the voice of an African woman in the mix, and I'm going to give you guys a proverb by an African woman, and you don't have to write this down, but just save it in your mind for the future looking back. Remember this. Now I'm going to use some modern day terms so it can be more relatable to the times, okay? Proverb goes like this. If you can convince a nigga to feast today instead of feeding his entire village tomorrow, his entire village will be yours before dawn. I'm going to repeat that. If you can convince a nigga to feast today instead of feeding his entire village tomorrow, his entire village will be yours before dawn. Okay. I want that to sit, just register for a little bit. Okay. While the men's is going back and forth, I want people to listen to that proverb so people can understand some shit. And before I go, I'm going to say it one more time so it can really hit. Okay. You can send this off to Black Capitalism. We'll set us free TikTok as well. If you can convince a nigga to feast today instead of feeding his entire village tomorrow, his entire village will be yours before dawn. Okay. It's a proverb by an African woman. Remember that shit. Keep it in your mind. Okay, so with all the men's business and the men's talking and all this stuff and dick contest and I don't know what's going on, so some truth is being expelled. But I want people to remember this African proverb by an African woman. Remember it, remember it, remember it, remember it. Keep it in your mind. Keep it in your diamond mind. And that is your African proverb by an African woman for the night. 3 hours till dawn. It's about 3 hours till dawn. Many, many dawns, many, many dawns. Many, 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 many dawns. Have a good night. Also remember that the convincing that's done on occasion does come with violence. Okay. Have a nice night.